Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Thank you, Shotzi, for that lovely introduction right there. And Manny, as always, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Had a relaxing day today. How was yours?
I'm fantastic. You know, a little technical difficulty, so I'm going to start the show off right and do our formal introduction. Welcome to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am Marcus, the grand finale, and I'm joined by, as always,
Lord Manny. Hey!
ho ho! Welcome to another jam-packed, action-packed, error-free, spell-check-free edition of the Untitled and Manny and Marcus show here on the DSPN channel. Manny, we have a lot to talk about, but as always, how are you doing?
Yeah, good. Didn't have to do much today, so that's always a positive. How about you?
I'm doing good. Didn't have to do much today. That's always a positive.
Except for the last 2 minutes where you tried to compile something in and squeeze it in before we went live.
Well, you know,
that's a bit of a behind the scenes of the Manny and Marcus show.
We still have plans, you know, to do things. You know, there's plans, and then you think about it on the fly of actually, like, if I put effort in my job, I could actually do something. But if I actually did this, if I woke up today with a goal of, I could put a clip together of a new champion. Sorry, Wes, who's in the Lumberchat right now. You are no longer the champion. You lost one match at SummerSlam. You lost all of it at TakeOver.
The fact that you lost in the pre-show, we had a new champion by the time we hit the pre-show.
So, El Luchador is our current champion. I have his belt made up, but I don't have the image of what was going to happen. Besides, whenever he shows up in the chat later, if he shows up, maybe I have something by then. Who knows? I won't.
So, we have a new number one contender.
Who is that?
Marcus.
Oh my god!
Marcus, even though he didn't win the Sharpshooters Pick'em tournament between the hosts.
Wow, Cody! Wow, Cody!
But I am Cody, and I will not challenge for the number one contendership. So it goes to Marcus. I nearly ran the table. If it wasn't for me picking Dominic and actually choosing Seth, I would have won. I would have won.
Why you picked Dominic? That was a bad decision on your part. You could have been the number one contender or above that. Maybe we'll just give you the Intercontinental Championship, Manny. Huh? A title that means absolutely nothing pretty much to nobody on every given day.
So Wes said he's doing a no showing to return the belt, doing a Tessa Blanchard. However, we have different PNGs. Wes.
Just share the PNG. No, he's going to charge me to share the PNG back for 100. Hold on, everybody. Pop, the new
Pop.
DSPN Heavyweight Champion of the World. El Luchador has entered the chat, and my God, what a way to come out on top. What a way to pick big at the TakeOver. But, you know, Wes did to himself. He lost in the pre-show. Did his 2-point match begin with the Brazango, right? Oh, the Giant title has entered the screen, guys. The Giant title has entered the screen. Manny, I accomplished 50% of what I wanted to do. 50%. Look how much I got done. Once you see the belt on the screen, 50% of it is done. It's just the other part of El Luchador's image from the video show that we had is not up there. That is all that is missing. So, with that being said, Eric's in the chat, Wes in the chat, Luchador's in the chat, Grunchmerk's in the chat. The Lumberchat is popping like it's never popped before, but we're now going live in the Thunderdome.
It was actually a really good show. I really enjoyed it, except for the fact that I felt, I felt that the MVP match shouldn't have been on the pre-show. I realistically don't think there was any need to have a pre-show match. I think this could have gone on the card, and I felt like they could have taken time, especially from the Seth and Dominic match. That ran a bit long. Like, there was bits in it where, even though it was drama heavy, and TNT know nothing about drama because the Mysterios know drama.
Mysterio mama knows drama. She keeps the same facial expression up. I swear, Tamina and Rey Mysterio's mom or Dominic's mom have the exact same expressions. Just
I mean, don't fuck up.
disappointment.
She's gonna hit you with that slipper.
At Luchador, I am the number one contender. You're going against me, the grand finale, who will never lead a title picture. I'm the Charlotte Flair. I'm the Roman Reigns of this division. I will never lead a title picture. With that guy driving by, I enjoyed the show to an extent. There was nothing I was really against. There was nothing that made me go, oh man, I really hate this. Even the main event, I was into a little bit. I didn't really care because I was expecting Alexa to come out. My disappointment of her not showing up. But I thought the later half of the pay-per-view really was the pickup when it was Sasha, Asuka, Dominic, and Ray, Drew, and Randy, who I thought had best match of the show, and even the main event. So, it was a solid show.
I think overall it was a really good show, but Marcus, where does it compare to SummerSlam 2002?
Oh man, SummerSlam 2002 buries this one. If I were to call SummerSlam 2002 a wrestler and SummerSlam 2020 a wrestler, I would say SummerSlam 2020 is Keith Lee and SummerSlam 2002 is Randy Orton. And it just crushes it every single time. So with that, we had the return of the big ending of the show was the return of the big dog, Sasha Banks.
Don't you dare refer to the big ending without referring to Big E.
Wasn't on the show. The big dog made his epic return in which he attacks both the Monster Among Men. Why are you oreoing up your orange, Manny? Ooh, I'm a little ashy. But Roman Reigns attacked the Monster and he attacked the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and said, this is his home, I'll put y'all here. And it seemed like a subsequent heel turn or a different attitude from the new teethed Roman Reigns. How did you feel about his return?
I love the bit where he's looking down at Braun Strowman and literally saying, "You weren't a monster until me. I made you a monster." and then when he picked up the title against the Fiend, he was basically like, "You can't handle this." I was like, yes. This is the Roman we've all been waiting for.
Yes. Oh yeah, Roman. He had that Uso vibe to him. He seemed like he was hanging around his cousins a lot. That's what I got from him. He was really hardcore. He looked in the best shape he's ever looked, and it was nice. I really enjoyed that return. Also on the show, I want to touch on Sasha Banks and Asuka, which I thought was a really good match. And they told the story of the breakup of Sasha and Bayley. More seeds being planted. But the big story is Sasha's streak of being 0-5 in title defenses continue. She is the Paul George of professional wrestling, where she can't get it done when it counts after it counts.
No, she's the Buffalo Bills.
But
Three Super Bowls in a row, and they lost.
But Sasha's won the championship. She can't be the Bills. She can't repeat. I can't think of anybody who can't repeat in sports or connects with this. But I believe this was a necessary evil because she's going after Bayley's belt. That's what I think. How do you feel?
I liked it because you got the Sasha look on the SmackDown when Bayley lost to Naomi of like ha ha holding her titles, and then you get Bayley subtly looking at her titles as she clutches both of them while Sasha's like next to her looking sad, looking up the ramp, looking at Asuka celebrating with her with the Raw Women's title, and then you got Bayley just double checking, like, yeah, I've got both of them still.
I'm still
Smiling
those
at myself.
straps.
I'm still those straps.
I'm still one of the longest reigning SmackDown champions ever. I'm okay. But yeah, so Sasha got the bad beat, even though she went second like she wanted to and everything. And I really enjoy where their storyline is going. So with that being said, we are fast forwarding over the weekend. We're moving on to Monday Night Raw. And the title card, the tease of the show. Keith Lee, dead already or something. I don't even remember. I made it, but I forgot it already. Whatever it's called.
Dead on arrival.
Yeah, dead on arrival, question mark. So this weekend, Keith Lee fought Karrion Kross, in which Kidman Kross, I'm calling KKK, this is because I'm a racist. I'm a race-based. Karrion Killer Kross defeated Keith Lee. You call him KKK for short. He defeated Keith Lee for the NXT title. On SummerSlam, they teased Keith Lee returning or not getting caught up to the main roster on Raw, and Raw will become limitless. He comes on Raw and confronts Randy Orton, but there's something wrong with Keith Lee already, and they have changed his damn music. Manny, how did you feel first about Keith Lee's first appearance on Raw?
Well, he hit Randy with the greetings and salutations.
Greetings and salutations.
And I'm not sure if you paid attention to any of the socials I did today. So I watched Raw on my laptop this morning, and when you watch videos on VLC Player on Mac, you get this option to increase the playback speed, and that is what I did. Keith Lee started talking. I moved it to 1.5. I realized that still didn't really help. Moved it to 2. And what do you know? He sounded perfect.
So, Keith Lee comes out, and the first thing I notice is that they changed his music. And I go, that's interesting. And because you hear, bask in his glory, and then it's generic jobber music. And it's just the worst feeling in the world. Because they were calling him Limitless Keith Lee, and I feel like he's reached his limit by not being able to have his music. And the fact that the story came out, I believe it was Ryan Satin, I don't know, one of these guys on Twitter, or someone originally posted that Keith Lee lost his music because some guy, the producer or whoever owns the rights to the song, said Vince needs to give him $1 million and let him use the Thunderdome on weekends. Which sounds like the most ridiculous thing ever, but man, there's part of me that can see it and want that to be true. I would hate for Vince McMahon just to change a man's music because he goes, I'm not feeling that, because I don't think he's ever just done that right off the bat. I'm not feeling that one. I'm not feeling that track.
There's a screaming child in Marcus's audio before anyone asks again.
I told him to shut up.
It. I can hear it.
No, I heard that last one.
I'm sure everyone can hear it. But I never liked Keith Lee's music.
Yeah, but it's still his music. It's like, I can hate something, but I still associate you with that track.
Because, it feels like a reminder that you need to go to church. And I don't like being told that I need to go to church.
But, with that being said, I think
you telling me it's not. Think about it.
No, you know what?
If I sold this outside the church, as my hot diss track, my hot mixtape, and go bask in his glory, you telling me you wouldn't think if it's a Christian song?
No, no. There's a difference between Christian rap.
For he is bask in his glory. Bask in his glory. Yeah, exactly.
Well then, Manny, when you put it that way, we're basking in the name of God. And thank you. We're praying to keep leaving. You may say that, but Chance the Rapper has made a living. He made a whole mixtape about with Christian music that sounded like it was in a choir Christian. But I don't care. His music is what his music. You don't touch it. Then you notice him and Randy Orton sets up this match, and he's in this match, and he's wearing what appears to be new shorts, and they covered the fat up. As a fat man, I've never been more offended in my life. Manny, how'd you feel about them covering the fat?
I didn't have a problem with it because, as you know, if you're a new subscriber to the channel, you may not have known, but over the last 5 days, we have been very Keith Lee centric on this channel. We've been watching too much Keith Lee.
It's an overdose.
And one thing we noticed, especially during the watch along, was the belly tends to hang over his spandex tights, and I don't think that's a good selling point for someone you're trying to make as the next big thing for your company. Like if he's gonna be like one of your big faces, or if they want, they can turn him into a heel. But if you want, you can't have him looking like Otis, because Otis is a mid-card joke. Keith Lee is a spectacle. Keith Lee is a spectacle.
But
we firsthand got comments from Raphael today about when him and his lady were watching Raw, and she just looked at him and went, "Who's that fat guy?"
Yeah.
I think you want to detract away from the fatness of Keith Lee, and focus on the amazingness of Keith Lee.
Well, here's what I have to focus on with this. He's talking about Raphael from the No Apologies podcast, who's also in the Mid-Card Best Feed. But here's why I have to focus on. I feel like them throwing a shirt on him reminded me that he was a fat man. It just made me, it reminded me. Yes, I know Keith Lee is fat, but them saying, we need to cover you up, fat boy, we need to fat shame you on TV, what's the deal? Now, as we were talking in our pre-show meeting about the attire, I feel like it wasn't just a thing. This wasn't may not be 100% of his thing. I think he had a fat man struggle. And the fat man struggle is, he decided to change his attire for Monday Night Raw. He wanted to transition to the shorts like Samoa Joe the MMA, the split shorts. But the waist, it couldn't keep it over the waist, or maybe his belly, and maybe there was stretch marks showing, and it wasn't a good look, and maybe there was some fat shaming of himself, and he decided to cover up. I think it had everything to do with them shorts. That's what changed everything. If he was wearing his shorts that he was wearing in NXT, he would have been okay.
So El Champion said, just let him be a fat man. Can't we just have a fat man?
I mean, it would be nice, for some representation. I'm a man of the husky descent, or big bone, or the best of the big bone. I'm one of these guys. So, I would be okay with him. Samoa Joe's out there. He's fat every day. And I
all
think...
day, every day.
All day, every day. And Scott Steiner would tell it better than anybody. He's fat. Fat as fuck. But, fat ass Samoa Joe. But I'm just saying, he let that go. I think it had everything to do with the shorts. And I can see Keith Lee at Payback back to being the Keith Lee we know. With the over outcomes. Because I think WWE right now is being very... They're trying to make everybody happy in the wrestling community, which is a rarity. They're failing at some of it. But they're trying to make people happy, in which they're trying to make adjustments in their listening to people adjusting. I think he's going to go back to being fat, the gut out and being fat and just enjoying life again. So, after all that, Drew McIntyre comes out, does whatever he has to do. Keith Lee challenges Randy Orton at Payback to get payback for killing Drew McIntyre.
Who got 2 punt kicks at the start of the show.
Yeah.
Still manages to come out and interfere during Keith Lee's match to get Keith Lee disqualified.
Yeah, Keith Lee's already lost. Keith Lee has already lost. In his debut appearance, he is lost. Yes, it was points for him going out there, standing in there with the boss, Randy Orton, probably the biggest star in the company and the best wrestler in the company right now. And he looked like a main eventer. He sounded like a main eventer. And they fight and he loses.
Even when they interviewed him at the back, when the ambulance went away, I feel like Keith Lee saved it. It was like, well, I've got 2 things on my mind. One, I would have hoped my friend Drew McIntyre would not interfere in my match.
Yes.
And then 2, Beef Lee has now got beef with Randy Orton, which I feel transitioned perfectly into Payback, and I think that works for me.
It did.
And when people refer to the burial of Keith Lee, he's going into what possibly could be a semi-main event or co-main event on Payback. So I'm not fussed. I wouldn't be worried just yet.
Yeah. So at Payback, he's going to fight Randy Orton. Manny, I'm going to ask you a question. It's maybe premature. Does Keith Lee win this match, or does he lose to Randy Orton?
I think it's going to be another janky finish. I think Drew McIntyre is going to be back. Like, Drew McIntyre is going to be back. He's got to interfere somehow. Maybe on Keith Lee's benefit, and then Keith Lee wins, or to the detriment of Keith Lee, and then Randy Orton wins. It works both ways.
Do you think in some way they can make it a triple threat at the next pay-per-view in which, Drew comes in, Keith Lee may have Randy beat, or he does he beats, Orton with shenanigans because of Drew, and then that puts him in title contention. Do you turn that into a triple threat of two of the biggest heavyweight champions you got?
You could, but if you put him in a triple threat, is he going to be the one that takes the pin? Because then that's a burial, almost.
Yeah, but you could also pin Randy Orton. Randy Orton is Teflon. You can pin him as many times as you want. It doesn't matter. People are going to love or hate Randy Orton no matter what he is. So, I don't know. I'm really interested. I don't declare Keith Lee dead yet. But when they came out and he had different music, he died to me. When he came into the ring with Randy Orton, he was back alive to me. When he was in the match and he lost by DQ, he was dead again because he became an afterthought. Then, at the end of the show, when he challenged him at Payback, he was alive again. And the new attire needs to change. But so this is a wait to see. It's a wait to see moment. So moving on to the rest.
Pun on Keith Lee's weight.
No, I would have said this may be too heavy to handle. Okay? This is a plus size situation we have here. Speaking of plus size, Monday Night Raw, first episode in the Thunderdome. What did you feel about Monday Night Raw in general?
So I didn't enjoy this makeshift tag team that's going to go into Payback with Nia Jax and what's her name? Shayna Baszler. Because I said it last week where I said I hope it isn't going to be Asuka and Shayna Baszler that can challenge these two to at Payback. But now it's Nia Jax and Baszler, which I feel like is way worse. 100% worse. So I was going to watch this. I was going to watch Raw completely all live. And the moment Nia Jax appeared on the screen once, I thought that's already once too many. Then she came out during the match, and I was like, I'm done. It's 1:30 in the morning. I am done. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. So this formation of Shayna and Nia Jax, I'm all for them teaming up. I like you, Manny, and a lot of the world. I do not hate Nia Jax. I do not despise her. Do I think she's the best? Do I think she's the worst? No, I'm somewhere in between there. What I had a problem with was the poor writing involving in all of this. Like, they made references of Haystack Cat-Who and the Addams Family. Those are 40 to 50-year-old references that nobody watching your current product would understand. They could have did more modern. They could have, if they wanted to talk about a big fat guy, Keith Lee is on your roster. No, I'm just like, no, but there are more timely guys. Viscera, I know he's passed or whoever. Maybe the other ones are dead. They didn't want to be disrespected dead. Who knows? But the Addams Family reference and just the poor writing. Nia, when she came back for suspension, Nia, what are you doing back? She come back suspension. All she had to do was say, do you know who my cousin is? That's why I'm back. That would have instantly got her heat, and I would have supported that. But no, she was just like, duh, I'm back. In typical Nia fashion.
Well, just remember that there's a potential DSPN spoiler here. Just remember, if Nia Jax somehow pulls out a 5-star match with Bayley, Sasha, and Shayna in that ring all together, I claim that title almost immediately. as we explained last week, if Tamina wins a championship, Marcus the person holding the title automatically gets stripped to the title.
I love that stipulation.
So if Nia somehow pulls out of her ass a 5-star match,
it's a big ass.
The other three, I could have a title match. I could have the title, even though I'm not claiming the title. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it up for grabs.
Oh.
in a fatal 4-way.
No, you're already planning ahead. So Nia is not gonna. They're not gonna have a 5-star match this Sunday, but I believe Nia will win the titles with Shayna, which will put Shayna and Nia in a particular position to go on every single show. Which, at the dismay of Manny, may drive him sick, make him sick to see Nia not only on Wednesday but on Friday as well, and Monday.
Yeah, and then NXT will never recover. Never recover.
You trying to tell me Nia Jax isn't boosting the ratings on NXT?
No.
Change the channel. So, also on Monday Night Raw, we had the dramatic story, the continuation of Rey Mysterio and Dominic, mother it behind as a valet, with going against Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. This closed the show, and my expectations for this was too high, Manny. Way too high. There was no way they could exceed anything I wanted for the end of the show.
Oh, do you know what was going through your head? Because I know what was going through mine. And mine was, he's going to turn on his daddy.
He's going to turn on his daddy and bow and pray to Seth Rollins. Just fall and pray to Seth Rollins and just have a dark city look. He becomes the third that Seth's been looking for his whole life, that Austin Theory or AOP could not provide, because we know Dominic is a good raised boy and would not commit a crime. So when that didn't happen and Retribution came out with a bigger, thicker, meaner looking version of Retribution, how did that make you feel?
Well, many people were suggesting the thickest one was Dio Madden. And it definitely looked like it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of want this Retribution thing to be over now. Like, I felt like last week, like, the moment Vince escaped the Fiend, like, we were going to have Vince actually come out and call out this bullshit. And then, like, almost put an end to it. I'm glad we didn't have any Retribution bullshit on SummerSlam. That was a massive positive. And then, like, we only had it once, and I feel like it ended horribly because it ruined something that I wanted to get. And you almost like, how long are they going to push this till we get a resolution?
Yeah. So I think that before, they had no idea what they were doing Retribution at all. Like, they just throwing random people out there that go and wreak shit and have it. I currently feel, with the teasing of The Miz being late on SmackDown, Seth smiling at them as he on the ramp, the little bit of teasing that they have an idea where they're going with. The people in the ring seem like this is the definitive core of Retribution. Take a look at Dio Madden. And one of them, I swear to God, died to COVID because I saw him walking. He had the right size, and the way he walks is very Dijakovic-y. So I feel like now we're coming toward the end game of this, and that they're going to debut either at Payback or after Payback. I think it might be.
I think it might be Payback. So Jeremy Bishop said Dominic needs to either wear the mask or take it off. It's distracting with it going on and off. Well, the first thing is annoying because it's a hood, so it keeps flapping up anyway. And I think what's going to happen is that Rey Mysterio is going to basically unmask and give him the mask at some point.
Oh.
Which doesn't actually make sense at any point now because we all know what Dominic fucking looks like.
No, but it's just the symbolism. It's like Batman giving a mask to Bruce Wayne, or the Green Lantern handing his ring to somebody else. It would be that symbolism.
For years though, we've had that spot where everyone tries to take Rey's mask off. But Dominic's not going to have a problem because we know what he looks like.
You know what he looks like. Yeah, you know. And, you know, I look forward to either one of those storylines. That Dominic becomes all of a sudden the greatest wrestler of all time now that he has his father's mask on. Or the fact that Dominic turns on his father and his family. I'm all for that. I support that.
I'm for that. For that. The moment Rey hands over the mask, he kicks him in the nuts.
And then, you know, to bring this back to Retribution, Dominic can simply go, I'm sick of getting my ass kicked by multiple numbers. I am joining Seth where we improve our numbers game. That will work for me as well. And like, screw you, Dad, and whatever. And I'll take your other eye. Speaking of losing the eye, the one-eyed man got his door knocked on this week and made an appearance. That is Aleister Black in the Kevin Owens show. He knocked on his door. Kevin Owens, like he told him to show the clip, got kicked in the head. It's the appearance of an Aleister Black heel turn, which I feel is necessary. How'd you feel about it?
I thought this was really funny because I thought Kevin Owens was just talking to an empty room at first. I was like, oh, this is Kevin Owens ad-libbing. I didn't know. No, you actually see Aleister Black's hand come out and close the door.
He was taking the shit.
First Kevin Owens, when you open a door that belongs to someone else, when you leave, you close the door. And then we had Aleister Black. I don't know what happened. He lost consciousness or something, and then went on all out attack on Kevin Owens.
Yeah, he was like, oh my god. Well, he was playing him for a fool that he's hurt by it. I don't know. He was suckering him in for the kick. I'm assuming that was his motivation behind it. But I'm looking forward to heel Aleister Black. And somehow, with the rift between Zelina Vega and her boys with Garza and stuff, I want her to link up with her man. I want poisoning Zelina Vega to link up with her man. And I feel like that works. Because Garza can be by himself. He seems like he got him a new white girl and everything on the side. It seems like life is going well for him.
His eyeballs got captured her with a.
Oh, yep, you're right. Yeah.
and then you had Dawkins the whole way through that. That's all I heard. Like, oh,
oh. So I believe this was setting up to me. I mean, we're bypassing Aleister Black. It was I think they were teasing the Garza by himself, or just with Andrade, who knows? And I feel like this was a Montez tease for a solo's career. I feel like he's going to get a lot more singles matches. Dawkins is about to get left on the wayside. He's Tucker Knight.
Well, he updated the frog splash now, which made it even more impressive. He did a 180 frog splash.
Yeah. Not only that, he yelled Kobe while doing it on Kobe Day.
Did he? I did not notice that.
Yelled Kobe while doing it on Kobe Day. It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely perfect. Like, everything about everything Ford does is perfect. And, again, he's one of the most charismatic guys ever. And I feel like, just leave Dawkins, man. It's like Otis with Tucker, man. You team Tucker with Angelo, you may got a team right there.
Of people no one cares about.
Yeah, this so second mean. Guy.
That's
Team
so
Jannetty.
mean.
Team Jannetty. Team Jannetty. Ford needs to go solo. The women's had this, like, a lot of stuff. There was a lumberjack match that made no sense in this show.
I hated that lumberjack. I honestly hated that lumberjack match. Like, people honestly need to know how lumberjack matches work. You beat the shit out the person that pulls out the ring.
Yeah. No one did anything. It seemed like Shayna beat the shit out of like 3 lumberjacks. It was Shayna, right? I'm not tripping. Yeah, it was Shayna.
No, it was Sasha Banks.
It was Asuka. Sorry, it was Asuka. Yeah, that's what I mixed up. It was Asuka that beat the shit out of 3 lumberjacks. She just went to the outside while Bayley is throwing them into it. And I was like, what is the point of this lumberjack match if they're not going to attack back? I hated this match. It made me sick. It seemed like it was unnecessary. It was just to make sure Sasha's out the title picture.
Yep.
Sorry, as I sip this water. I got really thirsty. What else? Was there anything else of note of this edition of Monday Night Raw for you?
No. Well, we got to see Bianca Belair in a six person tag, and just a reminder that Bianca Belair's here.
Yeah, I will commend Raw on this one. Excuse me. It was a very diverse and mixed show. Like, you had the women actually had a lot of segments. Whether you were Shayna and Nia, the Riot Squad, and Bianca, Natty, the Boat, and Lana came out and they had a quick segment, Mickie James. There was a lot of mix of women's segments and male segments. I know Stephanie has said she would like it to be 50-50. How did you feel about
we'll
that?
see how that. We'll see how that works out. I don't see that happening.
No, I don't see it happening either. But
even though the women have had the better storylines going in.
yeah, I lost Shayna and Nia Jax.
Oh man,
I know, I'm joking.
I feel like the Mandy and Sonya one was really good. And if anyone wanted to know, the reason the hair versus hair match was changed was because Sonya Deville's lawyers said it's probably not a good idea to turn up to court appearances and everything with a shaved head and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes
WWE
sense. Everything makes sense. Everything makes sense in that storyline. Like, once the attempted kidnapping happened in their storyline, everything in forgiven. Everything. No matter what they did, even in their pay-per-view match, it wasn't good. Mandy Rose is not good. I enjoyed
Mandy's is terrible.
I enjoyed the random, we're going to set up a table so I can throw chairs at you spot for no reason. I was so cartoony.
She took 4 attempts to get that table up.
Yeah. The picking up the table was horrible. Like, she couldn't get it up. It was difficult. I understand, but all is forgiven considering what these women have went through. It was really, as Luchador said, a scary and sad situation. Like, it's terrible. And I look forward to whenever Sonya is mentally ready to come back and all this is behind them.
Well, I think she's going to go by a different name when she comes back. So, they did a WWE.com spot for that, and they were asking Sonya on the way out. And whoever was trying to interview her, Sonya turned around and goes, "Don't you ever call me by that name again."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, really... so she might be actually going by her actual name when she returns.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm really interested in Sonya. There's money there. There's money in Sonya. Like, I've seen all her mic work recently. It's been killing it. The suits, really good look.
Yeah, so I think she's excelled in the fanless era of the COVID times. I think she's excelled. She's done really well, and really outshining Mandy Rose.
So with that being said, with people being stupid and doing stupid things, mostly talking about her stalker and stuff, we're gonna move on into the Thunderdome. Manny, we've had 3 shows in the Thunderdome: SmackDown, Raw, and SummerSlam, and we're going to get another one Sunday. What are your thoughts of the Thunderdome in general, considering everything that's been going on around it?
So the concept is a really great idea. I feel like they need to hire more people to facilitate it in terms of keeping an eye on what people are doing and actually removing them a lot quicker. So it allows the removal a lot quicker of arseholes that are ruining it for everyone else. And there definitely should be updated T's and C's where literally if you do mess up, because literally you are part of an audience now. You're not being paid or anything, but you're actually ruining a tape.
Yeah.
That they fine them or you take them to court and like hit them financially. Because the moment you make an example of a couple, people are going to start thinking, is it worth the risk?
Yeah. And, considering that, I believe this is an expensive venture for the WWE and their company. Like, if they want it, they can say, we can stop this and just go back to the Performance Center. And it would cheapen the product, but they would, again, make the money that they made last time and save money. But this is a feature that I believe is meant to make the product more enjoyable. And I think it does add. Like, I see, they're choreographing people in the background to be excited, which is good because people were just standing around like idiots on SmackDown, just going like, I don't know, and I'm going to go to sleep or whatever the case may be. So I think it's just going to get better with time. As the show was going on, it seemed to get better and better. Like, even the crowd noises that they're piping in even sounded better. It reminded me of what the NBA is doing. But the NBA is different because they still have live people there, which I would love to see them mix in as well.
Well, I kind of like that they're piping in audio. Because, there's times, and everyone is guilty for this, because we live in a generation where we're surrounded by multiple screens, whether it be your phone, an iPad, your laptop, or so. The piped in audio is keeping me like transfixed on what I'm watching, rather than like, oh, there's a lull in this match, let me just play on my phone. So I'm actually paying attention more to what's going on, and I think the piped in audio is actually good. I think when they do their drone shots of where you can see everything, it looks really good. And even the entrances with pyro, I feel like it's not even that bad. Like, it's not as bad as like the AEW pyro where it's full on. Yeah. And like you get the residue of the smoke coming from that pyro. But this one seems a lot more cleaner, and I really like it. Except for the people that are trying to ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah. So there are select people ruining it for everyone, such as someone dressing in a KKK outfit. I believe 2 Benoit pictures, an execution, and also Fire Velveteen Dream sign. I feel like
there was also, and the more offensive one was someone had Pikachu up there for a while, but
the motherfucker, you know what Pikachu really stands for. You know what it means to me and my people. Not saying yeah, and the fact that people are doing this, it's just typical dickhead shit on the internet. People being assholes on the internet, and I don't understand the motivation behind doing this. Like, I mean, I'm assuming you're craving for attention or whatever, but you're not going to get the attention. People are going to be like, oh, man, it's funny they put Benoit up there. Even though the Benoit situation isn't funny. Oh, man, that guy in the Klansman outfit, he's making a statement against Black Lives Matter. I don't even know what the point. You're a fucking idiot. As you said, they do need to hire more people to monitor this. This is not meant to take away from the product, and you can't even fault WWE for this. If someone
because you can't. That's the thing. You can't control people, and people are so against this stuff. So I'll read a tweet from Ryan Satin. He said, "Wrestling fans after SmackDown. WWE needs the fans to be more excited in the Thunderdome. WWE listens and gives instructions during SummerSlam to enhance the show. Fans after SummerSlam, how dare they direct the wrestling crowd?" To which the King, Baron Corbin, replied, "Internet fans
the introduction
cannot be pleased no matter what. They say wear blue, you wear blue. They hate blue. Why would you wear blue? We want this. Okay, here. We hate that. They are impossible, and they wonder why people don't listen to them."
Yeah, and so that has been the thing I was thinking about, and I'm not saying every wrestling fan is bad. And I'm not saying I'm the greatest wrestling fan. Again, I consider Keith Lee dead after 2 minutes of looking at him. I'm not the greatest. But I'm saying that wrestling fans need to just chill sometimes. Like, I feel like I don't get this in any other medium where people are complaining about the way things are going. The NBA and baseball has piped in audio all the time. And they also encourage people to respond to stuff as well. Like, you're not in the middle of a game, but you don't see people putting pictures of Charles Manson in the middle of their background of the NBA games. Or people in baseball using the cardboard cutouts to put a giant penis over there. Even though I would laugh. But I'm just saying, there needs to be a line of where people in wrestling chill. Wrestling fans are negative. When something is good happening, they like it until they're ready to turn on it. Like, for some reason, Roman Reigns got a bunch of criticism for getting new teeth. Let the man live his life. Like, it's not like it's your teeth.
Why can't he spend it?
Like, if I had money, I would fix my teeth. If I had money, I would fix my hair. Nah, I'll probably stay bald. But everybody wants to improve themselves. It's not like he's going to ride up in a beat up car and it's like, oh, look at him in a Ferrari now. Like, no, yeah, I got the money to do it. Fuck you. So, there's just a whole thing of just the negativity and the toxicity of the wrestling community. Even Jon Moxley, which is not really a news story, talked about how he thought the Thunderdome sucked and Vince McMahon's the problem and whatever the case may be. I'm paraphrasing for everything. And
you know what the problem is? The people that are baiting him into these types of comments as well.
They want him to
just
say it so they can get the clicks.
Yeah.
It's frustrating that this, because if you ask any ex-employee about their previous employer and they were fired, let go, or even left on their own terms, they had probably a valid reason why they didn't like what they were doing. They're not going to be like, they're really doing great over there. I have a previous company I work for. Every time I hear bad news about them, I'm like, good. Even though I know the ramification means innocent people are losing their job or whatever the case may be. Good, that's a shitty company and all that. I just think that they need to stop, wrestling fans need to stop feeding off the negative feedback and just go with the ride. Even when I criticize AEW, it's not ill will. It's just that I think they can be better. They can be better. It's not like, I hope Jungle Boy has to go to the street and beg for money after this match. Even though that's the worst wrestler I could pick, because he's Luke Perry kid, he comes from money. But I'm just saying, it's just, I don't know. I really hate the whole negativity of wrestling fans. Like, even before Keith Lee premiered, they're gonna bury him. They treat all the NXT talent like that. Well, maybe they won't treat him like that. Maybe those other guys didn't catch Vince's eye. Keith Lee caught Vince's eye back at the Royal Rumble a long time ago. He's just finally bringing him over now, and I think it's because of this pandemic is why there are so many delayed debuts or whatever the case may be with some of these people. Because everybody expected that their crowds would be back by at least September. But, America's a shithole. No one took that into account.
Well, the problem with COVID is they're liking it to Spanish flu, which was back in the 1900s. And if you're comparing it to that, the Spanish flu had 4 waves. So America's not even over the first wave yet.
Yeah, know who we are. America we are considered one of the fattest nations, if not the fattest nation. But we're the fat guys working out in the gym, and they're like, oh man, can you run for this long? Sure, man. We haven't finished our first lap yet. We can't even get through the first lap. We're walking, taking breaks, sipping water, patting each other on the back for getting a little bit of a run here and there. But we haven't even touched the surface of this shit. And, I don't know. I don't even know where this is going. It's time to bash America. Fuck you, America. Full Iron Sheiks now. But yeah, do you have any other thoughts of this week in wrestling, Manny?
No. It's weird. I feel like I need a little. I think I'm glad we hit Tuesday. It's a little break from wrestling. And we get NXT tomorrow, but I'll be watching that on Thursday. So it's a nice little break before I get into before we get into the NXT report. But as for the show, we're doing the NXT AEW show on Friday because AEW's is on air on Tuesday. Yeah, AEW's on air on Tuesday.
On Thursday,
Thursday.
Yeah, but I thought we were just doing a regular NXT show and then just cover it all on Saturday.
No, we could do our AEW report on Friday, and then we can do a watch along on Thursday.
Okay. All right, whichever. Wait, watch it on Thursday. So NXT AEW report postponed to Friday.
Yeah.
Wait, we should wait till after.
We switch the reports. We switch the days. So we do watch along on Thursday and we do AEW NXT on Friday.
Okay. Whichever. It all works for me. It's all gravy, baby. All gravy. But I feel like we're going to be missing out if something crazy happens on NXT, which I don't know what can happen, to be honest. It's NXT. Nothing crazy really ever happens. But wrestling ain't done.
El Luchador picks by the end of the show, end of the podcast on Saturday.
Yeah,
the flagship show.
The flagship, the main show. Where go back and check that out. It was a really good show. We walked out on Eric. It was amazing. I ate salami.
Well, I actually walked over there, and I didn't actually have anything over there to do. So I was just standing there. Because reality, I would have had to walk out my door, and I was like, oh, I don't want to walk out the door.
Manny, what is the watch along this week?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know. Because I feel like Last Dragon Eric needs to be there.
The last Dragon should be, I suppose, a Sunday. But we do Raw versus Nitro on Sunday, watch along.
Yeah, but maybe we can switch this one up and not do one. Since they're Raw versus Nitro, and just do Last Dragon, maybe? Who knows? We gotta talk to Eric about that one. So this week's watch along for us, we're just gonna probably. It's normally kind of random. It's kind of just jump along. We're figuring out what we're gonna actually end up watching. I think it might be some matches, right, or a match or two.
Yeah, we could do matches, or we could just do another show. But maybe we keep it short this time.
Maybe we watched the main event of Payback from last year or something, or 2 years ago, whatever. I don't know. Payback seems like it's been around for a while, so we haven't figured it out yet.
Although, if you got any suggestions, don't leave them in the live chat. Put them in the comments below on this show, and we'll consider them, and then we'll think about it by Thursday.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jeremy, for enjoying the Lumberchat and being part of it. It's probably the best part about the show because it adds more topics on top of our topics, and we can use your feedback on what we can or how we should approach things. You guys are doing great. Yeah, I will be having a promo ready, El Luchador. I will be.
If you two are going to cut promos, I need them by Thursday because that is a lot of effort to put that together. Like, it's very difficult and stressful.
Yeah. Love the stress. The stress is you talking to yourself.
No, it's not only that. I also have a full-time job as well.
Chops, Bob. I gave up that 6 months ago. 6 months ago.
Yeah, I feel like a virus and your government made you give that up.
Well, some of that has something to do with it.
Luchador, if you don't have a championship prop, I expect a cardboard championship made, because this is the type of levels we're working with.
You don't have to show the title. You can just destroy a title. I'm all for throwing the title in the trash can. That's what I'm doing. That 22 kilobytes of PNG or whatever the fuck. Oh. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know how to end this show other than be like, hey guys, goodbye. Oh man, did I delete the outro? Oh man.
Marcus, you deleted everything.
Yeah, so I had to clean some stuff off my computer and deleted half the files. So. Yeah, I'm trying to similar to up, down title. It's just more of a, just you pick them. And Payback is right around the corner, which I don't know why we needed Payback a week after SummerSlam. I was looking to just enjoy Sunday. By the way, for those who aren't aware, wrestling is not done. On Tuesday night, there is another wrestling show known as Impact Wrestling. I would say watch that show tonight, but only at the end, so you can watch the main event of the Iron Man match or Iron Woman match between Jordynne Grace versus Diana Purrazzo. I feel like that's going to be top tier wrestling right there. Those are two great wrestlers.
Is it actually going to be an hour? Or is
no,
it half an hour?
No, it's a half hour. It's achievements. Yeah. No one's man enough to go for the real, or woman enough to go the full hour with these anymore.
I will only watch Impact for Willie Mack.
It's on every week.
And Kylie Ray. That's all I'd watch Impact for. I wouldn't watch it for anything else.
Maybe that's what we do for the Wednesday show, Manny. Or the Thursday show. Maybe we do NXT and Impact. I wouldn't do it. I'm not.
Do you know, I can't even find where Impact is on. Most Lincoln places don't have Impact.
Yeah, I lost Impact when I changed my service for subscription. I was like, oh, they got rid of the access thing here. I gotta go find this on Twitch.
So Jeremy, we are on Me and Marcus are on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we have myself, and then Eric on Saturday, with the two of us, and a guest sometimes.
And then sometimes Eric and Diz, man. I mean, it's just a channel. I don't expect everybody to watch everything. You shouldn't have to watch everything. Some of it's fun, some of it's not. Some of it's great, some of it's good. But I'm just saying, it's a lot. We don't know when everything's coming out. We kind of just do things spur of the moment. Like a watch along. We don't even know if we're watching along this week. But we plan on doing one. Like there's a Nitro War show. We don't even know if we're doing that this week.
I really want to do that. I really enjoy that.
Yeah,
the
those
other
are fun.
watch-alongs we do.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are fun. Those are my favorite watch-alongs. Raw versus Nitro. The hour edition until we cut one off.
But Jerry, if you want to catch some of the watch-alongs, we've got past watch-alongs, which you can probably watch. If you set it up, you can watch along with the stuff. It's all saved in playlists and stuff on the channel if you go look about on it.
Yep. So, without further ado, we're going to end this show, guys. I am Marcus the Grand Finale, always joined by
Lord Manny, hey.
Ho ho, that's the end of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. See you guys later. Goodbye. Check out Marcus head, man. He should.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Hey, that chat was pumping today.
I know. Hey, we're still online. Whoa. Hold on. That chat was great. See you later.